Hey everybody, Coach Mike's here. It's time for Kids in Sports. Hope you're having a great start to the week. Hey, Kids in Sports is going to be going back in full play. I mean, a lot more than normal coming up soon, I tell you, because I just got some contact this week, very interesting. I expect to have a really cool guest coming up here, hopefully in the next week or two. And I'm looking for more guests. I want to get back to where I was 20 years ago with the show. I used to have some really cool guests on when I was on Adrenaline Radio out there in California. So, hey, if you want to be a guest or whatever, obviously we'll talk about that a little bit later. I hope one of the things you do, my motto with Kids in Sports is teach first, win later. So tell your friends about us. There's the QR code if you want to subscribe. I'd really appreciate some paid subscribers, to help support the program. And I might actually have some good giveaways and goodies for paid subscribers as I get moving along here, just getting back into the swing. Sorry I wasn't around much last week, if at all, on this one. I think I had a lot of tech issues the last couple of weeks, including a whole day where I didn't have my emails. None of my emails last week. Monday, I think it was messing me up all day. It was like every other day was one thing or another. It was crazy. But as I was talking about on my Coach Mike Now podcast or my Coach Mike's Always Improving podcast, I saw a T-shirt on I thought was absolutely great. It says, "Don't let the bad days beat you." Right? Don't let the bad days win. That's what it is. Don't let the bad days win. So try to remember that one. That'd be awesome. We all have tough days, whether we're playing sports or doing our business. So don't let the bad days win, right? So let's take care of that now. Again, my sponsors 10 is Kids and custom line tongue tied this morning. Custom lineup cards. If you go to customlineupcards.com and use the promo code Kids and Sports, you get 10% off. Also, I've added a new product, an economy line, just two-part NCR for all you game changer people that just need a cheap card for the umpires at the beginning of the game instead of going to the big box stores. You'll see that economy card on there, and there's a 10% discount on that. No code needed. I think I got that through the month of July, maybe August. I have to go back and look. Yeah, I'm getting old. My memory is not what it was and everything. So anyway, how's your youth sports going this summer? I tell you, I miss my daughter's travel ball days. There's no question about that. I'm actually coaching at a local middle school now. I had one of the best years I have ever had coaching. It was pretty awesome. I had a great group of girls. I had great support from the administration. And you know what? It makes coaching a lot easier when you get that. And, parents, some great support there as well. So, hey, let's get it back out there. Now I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to give you an opportunity to put some comments down and tell me what you think about this. I saw a thread going. I'm going to share the screen here. Somebody, Leslie Young, posted this post on Facebook, a video, and it was pretty interesting. It's about a play developing at home. And if you watch the video, I only saw the top part of it on my phone earlier. And so I was making some comments. They were looking for obstruction. I thought, where's the obstruction? I still really sort of don't think it is. And if you watch it, when I got on my desktop and I saw this thing, now you can see where there's a collision over to the side, but like they're way away from the baseline. I don't know. I'm an old school guy. Go way back when. I remember when they started putting the obstructions or expanding them years ago. I think it was about 20 years ago, and it was like the catcher, even if she had the ball at home plate, could not block the plate like they were taught in the old day. For years, it was tough. A couple of years there because for a long time, catchers have been told you get the ball ahead of the runner, block that plate so they can't get in there and score, right? But yeah, that went away. So now you had to leave a path to the plate and everything. Yeah, I know the base runner doesn't have to stay exactly at the path. I used to know years ago, a coach at one of the clinics taught about a way to do a second and third or first and third play or walk and third play, where you have either the runner at first or the batter, if it's a walk and third, would take a wide circle going around to second, trying to get the second baseman to come out and draw a throw so the runner from third could score. And they said back then the runner determines the base path. I get that. So in this particular case, I just thought after seeing the second video, I don't totally agree that it's obstruction. I think it's a non-call because I'm trying to put myself in a position of a runner there, and one of the things I talked about it on there is that it's a split second thing, right? I mean, all sports is that you're reacting to certain things, boom, 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 and sometimes you're going to make mistakes. My question as I watch this, and I don't know if I can get it coming up on the screen just to give you a clip. Let me see if it shows up very good here. But you'll see the batter hits the ball. Here comes the first runner. Now the catcher is in the field. Now she goes way over there. And I'm thinking, okay, why is the runner going way over there? Because the catcher was, in my view, the catcher was moving way over there as well. And so to me, it sort of seemed like, uh, no, they shouldn't have been out that far. Why did the runner go out there? I mean, it just. So I see where some people are calling for the obstruction. I get that. I don't know that I totally agree with it. I sort of don't because I just think it's too far off. And I think we got to get back to a little common sense there. Uh, but that's just me. Again, we're all going to have different opinions. But put your comments down in the threads there on this. I'd love to hear from you. And you're always welcome to message me or whatever. You can catch me on Facebook too. And yeah, let's check it out. We want the best for our kids. We don't want them to get hurt. We hate to see a collision like that, obviously. And I know one of the reasons over the years you want to sort of protect because catcher. You didn't want to try to take out the catcher because the catcher's like a tank. I'm not talking about their size. Catcher's got armor on. They got this suit on, so chances are they've got an advantage already. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. And again, let me get back to here. We're going to be talking about, going to have some guests on about a sort of a mental training program for players, as I understand it. I don't have all the details yet, so keep watching here. But I will be posting Kids in Sports every week, and I'd like to get more. Like to go back to daily if I got the interest in it. So tell your friends, tell all your coaches out there, hey, come on board. Let's get it. One of the things, and you'll see it in that video if you go look at it too. The parents are screaming like you. There's so many, and we get into sports. Let's go. We get excited. Hey, yeah, right. And but sometimes right away you hear them calling names and stuff, and yelling at the umpire and all that. Youth sports, especially softball and baseball, are struggling to get umpires, and there's a reason for that. Is because some of them are thinking it's not worth it for the money to take the abuse. I mean, you've heard the stories out there of parents or coaches following an umpire to their car, and that's just not cool. Okay. That's just not cool. I like the human aspect of sports. I don't like, for example, with Major League Baseball, I don't like that players can challenge balls and strikes. And, even when replay first come out, okay, I can see that sort of limited because obviously there's some calls that they're blown, but there was a couple of articles, and this goes back years ago when they started the instant replay stuff about how a lot of umpires were not as how do I want to say deliberate or intentional on making the calls because they figure if they get it wrong, they're going to get overturned anyhow. And I hate to see that kind of thing. The umpires do a heck of a job out there. It's not an easy job. I used to umpire slow pitch. You might think, oh, slow pitch got to be easy. No, slow pitch is not any, believe me, it can be just as tough as anything else. But and the umpires have a tough job to do, and they're just people like us, and sometimes they're going to screw up. Why do we have to get so mad over a call? I had a call this last season that we could have been in a three-way tie for first place, and the one team beat us twice. The other top team, we beat them the first time. The second time when we had the replay, we were ahead, and the umpire called infield fly rule on a ball 15 feet out in the grass. Totally disagreed with him. I mean, he tried to justify it all sorts of ways. He said, oh, it was routine. I said, yeah, maybe in MLB, but not in middle school. But I was always taught you never blame the umpire for a call because if the umpire took one run away from you, why didn't you score two more, right? So keep all that in mind. let's get the discussions going. Let's try to make youth sports more civil, right? Make youth sports great again. No, that's probably taken somewhere, but let's get some civility back in youth sports, right? Because we say it's supposed to be for the kids, and then we go out there and embarrass our kids sometimes. So let's try not to do that. So once again, please subscribe, whether free or paid. Obviously, I'd love to get some paid subscribers, and I'm looking to put together some gifts or something for my paid subscribers as they come on board. More about that later. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, Kids in Sports, here on Substack, and I'll probably upload it to YouTube as well. Hey, have a great day, and God bless you. We'll see you next time around.